Sheldon Brooms, Brooms Lawn Care. So you're thinking about starting your own landscaping business simply because you're fed up of being an employee and taking BS, right? What I'll do for you is share the pros and cons of being your own landscape business owner, being the top of the food chain as opposed to being an employee, because there's benefits to both. Now I've been an employee for other companies for many years, for decades. And I've been my own boss for 4 years and counting. So let's talk about what you can expect if you want to go that route. Right, so let's talk about the obvious. Let's talk about potential earning capacity. Being your own landscaping boss, your own landscaping business owner, it is obvious, it should be obvious that you have a greater earning potential than being an employee. Notice I said earning potential because it all comes down to the decisions that you make. Let's go deeper into this. As an employee, every day you come to work, you are guaranteed to get a day's pay. Surprisingly, as a business owner, that is not guaranteed. It all comes down to the decisions you make. For example, I actually have clients who owes Brooms Lawn Care. So we did jobs and we get no earnings from those jobs. Whereas the employees who worked on those jobs, they got their money. So there's a pro for the employee. Money is practically guaranteed, not guaranteed for the employer. Now, many times you would hear the employer or the boss, the owner, he takes all the risk. What does this mean? A good example is this. How you take the risk. You may quote a job, and it would happen to possibly every landscaper, probably every contractor. Let's say you quoted a job and you estimated a job. Alright, let's say you look up job, you look up that in 2 days. You give the client the quote thinking, okay, this job will last 2 days. You start the job, you realize, whoa, we're not finishing this job in 2 days. It looks like we need an extra 2 days to finish this job. No, you need employees to finish this job. Your employees coming to work, they must be paid. So while you quoted expecting 2 days of work, the job went into 4 days. To complete the job, you need to pay your employees. You actually start to go in debt. Now, depending on how much you charge the client, there is a chance you could actually complete this job and earn absolutely no money. In fact, it is possible you can go into debt. That is part of the risk of the business owner, whereas the employee is guaranteed to get paid for those 4 days. Another example, you underestimated how much material might be required. In order to complete the job once more, you need to purchase more material that was not expected. You can't go into debt. These are just examples, owner versus employee. As the owner, your brain never shuts off. Once the day's work is completed, you get back home, the brain cannot shut off. There is always something that needs to get done. It may not be a physical something, but a mental something. Meaning, should you go ahead and prepare this quote for this client right now, or is this client a total waste of time? Should you call around all these plant shops, find out prices, whatnot, to prepare this quote, and then when you do prepare the quote and provide the client, you hear crickets? Should you waste your time and do that right now? Or does this client seem as though they are serious about moving forward? Should you prepare this quote? These are decisions you need to make. Should you go ahead and repair your string trimmers, your vehicles right now, or can it last a little bit longer and get more earnings from it? Or should you use today as a rest day? There's always something that needs to get done as a business owner. Now, ultimately, you can decide whether you want to do it or not. You have more control over your time. But even though you have more control over your time, there may be a price to pay for not taking care of the issue right now. So there's always that decision to make. Whereas if you're an employee, you get home, you can totally lock off. The day is done. You have no clients to call back. You have no clients to send WhatsApp messages to. You have nobody to call to find out prices of certain stuff. Nothing. You have no scheduling to take care of. Nothing. So that might be the pro of being an employee. Less actual responsibility. Now, the pro of being the actual owner, for example, we have this weekend off, Saturday, Sunday off. I've decided to keep the schedule clear. No matter who calls me, no matter who wants these services Saturday, Sunday. Nope, I've decided this will be off. I have that ultimate authority to make that decision. Whereas if you're an employee, you may not have that authority. When time to go to work, you're required to go to work. If that's what you agreed to initially, you are required to go to work. Now, as the employee, yes, you can say, nah, I'm working this weekend. There can be consequences. The consequences are obvious. You can't be replaced. That's the downside of being the employee. They have less flexibility when it comes to your personal time as opposed to the business owner. So anyway, I hope this type of video helps you if you're thinking about going into landscaping, becoming your own boss. Consider the pros and the cons. That's us. Take care, Brooms Lawn Care.